Hey everybody, welcome this week to 8 Points Muay Thai. I'm Zeus King, and today we're talking about some big kickboxing news. Pat H.D. Barry has left UFC and is coming back to his roots of kickboxing. So in March at the WKA's CSC 39, Pat Barry is going to be taking on Ed Burris. Ed Burris has been in heavyweight kickboxing for some time now, and this should be a good matchup and good gauge to see where he's at. After this fight, it's already been signed that Pat Barry will be going to glory. He's got at least a 2-fight deal on the table, and he's set to debut in May, and we'll see how that goes. The thing about Pat Barry, his roots, he stopped kickboxing to do MMA. Went 4-0 to start MMA, joined the UFC, and since going 2-1 in his first 3 fights in the UFC, he's dropped to 4-7 in the UFC, total of 87 MMA record. It's tough. It's tough being a small heavyweight. He's 5'11", 237 pounds. He's got room to move. A lot of people have been saying for a long time, you're a soft heavyweight. You could tighten up and go to light heavyweight. He's never wanted to do that. With seeing Gokhan Saki, a long-time heavyweight, successful world champion, who can write his own ticket, doing whatever he wants to see him drop to light heavyweight for the Glory Light Heavyweight Tournament in Istanbul, one would think that anything's possible where Glory is concerned, and they're certainly not going to cheapen out on it. Things I like about Pat Barry, he brings name value. Of course, UFC veteran. And one of the other things he brings to combat sports is fun. The guy is funny. I love to watch him talk. I love to watch him fight because he's got a passion for life and he loves what he does. And so people perceive that he's not serious because he likes to goof around. And I don't think that's necessarily true. But we'll see what changes he makes in his life, in his fighting style, and everything to bring him back to kickboxing, because he's gotten a little sloppy, and now he's got to tighten up and get back to where he needs to be to hang with the elite level guys at either 95 kg or heavyweight in Glory. It's not going to be an easy road for him, and that's, starting at the top is not a bad thing. Sometimes pressure is what it takes to make diamonds. So very excited to see what happens there. Tonight, 8 Points Fighters in action, CSC 38, WKA's is going to be on an iPay-per-view. We have Araceli and Alex both fighting tonight, so please check that out. GoFightLive.tv. Fighting starts about 6 or 7 o'clock Eastern time, so check that out. We wish our fighters all the best. And what we're going to do today is we're going to show some no-gi techniques for some chokes with a couple of the great fighters here. And right now we're going to go to that technique. All right, we are here with Miles Bell and Leonard Ruggerio. Miles Bell is one of the Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructors, as well as a fighter for the 8 Points Fight team. And he is here with Leonard Ruggerio, one of the newest students to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the team, who's been very active in competitions. Miles, would you like to tell us about this most recent competition of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah, there was a submission-only tournament in Greensboro. That means no time limits. You go until submission. Leonard competed. He competed in no-gi men's 30-plus beginner. He ended up having one opponent. I think it lasted about 10-15 minutes long, something like that. It was a very evenly matched fight, back and forth, a lot of transitions. Leonard ended up getting a choke from side control, which we're going to show you today.
Go. First part of the no-gi choke is to grab under the wrist. I've got my arm on side control. I've got my arm under his head, holding him tight with my shoulder pressed against his face. And the key to this one is turning your hand in, it's under the chin, and pulling. When I pull, he can already feel that. To finish this, what I did in that competition was I rolled the chin forward with my shoulder, just like that. I'll show that one more time. I came down, I got Miles in side control, I've got him tight, it's good side control, his hips control, my legs out, I got my weight on his body, arm under his head, shoulder against his chin. To get this choke, if you have an underhook, it'd be harder. This one I did without an underhook. A lot of times they're fighting to keep you from getting your arm across. Grab your wrist from underneath, against his face, pushing down on his shoulder. I roll my fist underneath his chin. As I pull in, I press my shoulder into his chin.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.